Hey, what's up, guys? Day 124 of the $2 million contractor in 6 months contractor charity challenge. We're winning steady as she goes. So, just a quick update here for those of you who aren't up to speed. The bet increased to 200 grand. I can build a $2 million contractor of projects built in 365 days with just a truck and $100. We started January 22nd. If I lose, 200 grand goes to Operation Underground Railroad. If I win, O.U.R gets 10% of the company being built. Anyway, from last week's update, not a lot's changed. Our 500K edition has passed redline. It's the middle of being estimated before it goes into selections. I'll share with you guys what we're doing there, and we start the permitting process. We did score a really big deal. Our a handyman lead, which was just to move a fridge, turned into an addition. That addition turned into a custom home, has turned into a custom home build. So a couple $100 project turned into a 500 grand plus project, turning into a several $1 million custom home build. Anyway, our handyman. So we've soft launched that. Let me pull it up for you right now. Rapid Bellevue Handyman. I'll go ahead and show you guys what's going on here. So this is pretty cool. Our site's starting to. I didn't want to share it with you guys right away, just because. Hold on a second. It's pretty lame. All right, so add to stage. There we go. Right. So I licensed Rapid Repair Pros brand from Phil Green here to take to Bellevue, and wouldn't you know it, the vans have a 425 Bellevue area code on them. But anyway, and there's Phil right there. So we're pretty slick website. It's starting to SEO. I'm going to need to get the van wrap file from Phil. We're gonna, Peter is going to sell his Sprinter van to the company on a seller note, so we need to get that wrapped. But anyway, so that site's done. I started an ad for a position. Thing is, we have 11 grand in the bank right now. It's fixing to be. It's gonna be closer to 100 grand in about a week or two when the Bothell kitchen goes to build. So I'm going to use the gross profit position in that. So out of that $130,000 job, I want to say 52,000 of that is gross profit, and we'll collect half of it before we start demo. So there's 27 G's in there in GP that I'm going to turn around and reinvest. And my strategy here is I'm going to hire this director of business development. Who I'm looking for is somebody that's really bubbly, great with people, very much a people person, does not need to be very technically strong in construction. But her only job is going to be to go to the realtor offices and the designer offices, the architects, hell, even the plumbers and disaster restoration guys, to drum up business for not only our handyman, but also our design build company, NSS Home, right here. So anyway, and so that position, I just wanted to share with you. I mean, let me pull up the job ad. Where is it? Oh no, it's paused. Hold on a second. We're gonna let's. Sorry, guys. It's late on a Sunday. I've been shooting training all day for inside the company. So anyway, what we're going to end up doing is paying a $70,000 base, and we're going to end up paying them a ratchet of 1 to 3% of the cash collected from the relationships this person's going to go out and build for us. But that 1 to 3% is going to be based on the number of meetings they do in a month. So if they do, their minimum goal is going to be 4 meetings a day, so 80 meetings a month. that gets them 1% on the cash collected that month. If they do 90 meetings, which is 4.5 meetings a day, they get 2%. If they do 100 meetings, which is 5 meetings a day, that's a long ass day. They get the full 3%. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep their nose to the grindstone, going out there and making new relationships, deepening existing relationships, because, what we don't want them to do is to rest on their laurels knowing, I got that $1 million referral coming in. That's going to be a huge payday. They're going to need to continue to put in the work so that they can maximize the return off those relationships. So anyway, I spent about $36 a day. We picked up 27. Where is the full description? There it is. It's like, management and overrides for a top performer. I was like, we are fastest remodeler. This is our sister company. What do we need from you? We need you to develop relationships with high-level realtors and interior designers. And I work through the math. And I'm like, we're seeking a dynamic and experienced director of business development to join our team. The ideal candidate. So what do we need them to do? I just tell them, like, listen, just develop these relationships. I need you to have the reason why I want them to have a bachelor's degree, guys, instead of just a high school degree, is all a bachelor's degree proves is that you have the ability to apply yourself to something for an extended period of time and follow through. So anyway, we'll see how that goes. I got 27-ish. Well, here, I'll pull this out for you. So this is essentially what I'm trying to do. Where are you? Give me 1 second. MCA. Did I delete you? You can't, don't be in the trash. Well, MCA. Yeah, it's in the trash. 1 second, guys. I apologize. It'll be in the trash bin. And let's find it in here. Search MCA. Boom, found it. Okay, so let me restore that. Restore selected item. There we go. All right, so let me. I'm going to show you this position I created for a client. That it's a good idea, and so we're starting to execute that this week. Where'd it go? No, it's not here. All right. Well, you know what? I'll find it. MCA. Let's go with business. There it is. I knew it was in here. Well, either way. So here's the thing, guys. Forgive me. This is not my best video. I went through and deleted a ton of stuff, and I need to fix that. But let me turn this off. Yeah. So this director of business development, their main role, we talked about this earlier, is to go out and meet those realtors, those designers. What I do know on average is a qualified realtor relationship is worth about $250,000 a year in referrals to us. I also know a qualified designer relationship is worth about $1 million. And so I know a very, very, very successful restoration company out of Phoenix that has probably one of the best business development people I've ever seen. And without getting too much into it, this person came from marketing, not sales. This person is younger, female, attractive. And I mean, when you think about it, when they're prospecting, who's going to be mean? Who's going to be mean to a young female, right? And that's all you need to get your foot in the door. I mean, call me what you want. I'm just trying to call balls and strikes real tight here. It's not entirely based off that person's looks, but it definitely helps. But neither here nor there. It could be a dude for all I care. A big fat enormous. It could be me. But as long as they're quick-witted and glib, which is a fancy word for saying that they're good at talking, this will work out because their only job is to follow a script and deliver some damn cookies and some business cards in order to, and then follow up to get a one-on-one meeting with the manager of that shop, and then leverage that one-on-one meeting to sponsor their next sales meeting, and then use that meeting to present something like this. Excuse me, guys, I'm tired. It's been a hell of a 5 weeks, but to present something like this, right? Like, I'll even go through it with you. Like, let's pretend that you're a realtor and I'm presenting to you. And I would, hold on, let me make sure you guys can see this. Oh, shoot. Sorry. You can't. Yeah. So the whole goal of them doing those meetings is to get invited to present at the realtor's monthly sales meeting. And I have a presentation like this for designers too, but it's all about what's in it for them. It's like, hey, how a competent, responsive contractor can grow your commissions and speed up your deals. Those are the two things realtors care about. It's like, listen, what has been your common experience asking contractors for bids? Takes a couple weeks, right? Like, yeah. So we promise to deliver. We promise to deliver inspection reports within 72 hours. And I tell them, like, listen, do you know why contractors start strong and taper off with their responsiveness? It's because they don't understand how to play the game. And we talk about how we solve this problem for you, and then the impact to your business, and boom. So anyway, the whole purpose is to make that presentation and leave a stack of business cards at the meeting. So anyway, a whole lot of, this week is just getting prepared. I mean, we got our website done for Handyman. We're going to start ads this week. I hope to have the design build director hired by probably June 10th. And so I'm going to spend the latter half of June training that person on how to do these realtor meetings, how to do these designer meetings. So June 10th, also our $130,000 kitchen in Bothell goes to build. So that we already have 11 grand in the bank after paying our design team to get our addition, to redline. Adding that $150,000 kitchen by July is going to give us another 26K, I'd imagine, in gross profit. So June is the right time for us to make this move, to hire that design build director to go build those relationships so that we're not reliant on digital ads. And also June, it's an appropriate month for us to launch Handyman. And so what we'll end up doing is using the gross profit off of Handyman, which, by the way, last month's sales report from Phil, he shared with me, he did well over 6 figures, well over 60% gross margin. Your average tech can produce about 25,000 a month in work. We're starting with 2 techs. Phil's working 5. So I'm shooting a goal in June of 40K in Handyman, producing another 24K in gross profit. And then we'll turn around and put all of that 24K back into ads. Because I'm trying to put together, we already have $1 million cohort in design right now. I'm going to go hard this summer. We're going to put another $2 million into design, and rush that through design so that it's in build before October 1, so that we have a chance in hell of getting that completely built by January 22nd when the buzzer goes off and everything gets measured. Can't afford that, or I can't afford to lose. So anyway, between those ads, we'll scale up Handyman. In Phil in St. Louis is doing 100, 105, mainly from Google local services and SEO. Our stuff's already starting to SEO. So yeah, for us, it's going to be a matter of recruiting the right guys. I've cracked the code in terms of recruiting these really quality people on demand. The hard part is getting them to attend the group interview. I've been insisting on these people coming to a Zoom group interview. And man, getting a blue collar dude to show up on Zoom is like teaching a chicken to fly. It wasn't smart. It was a dumb experiment on my part. So what I'm going to end up doing is doing a group interview in person, just to weed out the meth heads, the tweakers, the crackheads, the drunks, the ones that don't know how to take a shower, and then I'll do one-on-ones on the back end of that. But yeah, we need to recruit another 2 or 3 technicians. We already have 2 quality dudes lined out, just hanging out at the Home Depot Pro Services desk, and Peter doing that on a Saturday, and seeing who's working early in the morning at Home Depot, and asking them if they would want to come work with us. And so Peter did a good job of that. Our Indeed ads are working out real good. I don't think we're gonna have trouble recruiting the right people. But yeah, I wish I had something big or splashy to share with you, other than we're starting to recruit a director of business development, and we're starting to recruit but we're launching our handyman service. That custom home, oh my gosh, it's a homeowner that I can't believe that came from a handyman lead. So something to be said for that. Anyway, I'll keep you guys apprised as to what direction that's going next week. But this coming week, what I hope to share with you is that we turned on our ads for the handyman business, that we'll start applying for Google local services, which is a huge pain in the ass. Like, Google's getting crazy. They send people out to your office to make sure you have signage on your door, because they're not letting you get away with having a home office anymore. It sucks if you're on a shoestring budget. And that's a big reason why I've had to delay the handyman strategy for so long, because I know Google local services is where it's at to advertise that product category. But man, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I couldn't justify dropping $1,000 at WeWork to get a glass office so that I could pass Google local services until now. So that's that's the big holdup, and it's really, really complicated these matters for the challenge here. But that's okay. Our calculator has really, really, really come through, and in fact. So we hold on one second. So I'll share with you guys in just a moment. Where are you? There we are. Oh, yes. Yeah, so the past 30 days, actually, this is Remodel Commander. let me pull up NSS Bellevue. Where are you? There we are. So we had a little bit more than 11 grand this month, but we went ahead and dropped a little over $1,000. I'll show you what's going on inside our stuff. Give me a moment. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So we took out a just shy of a $2,000 media buy. We're averaging, so we spent $1,600 bucks. We're averaging $66 a lead, and we pulled 25 leads. And out of those 25 leads, I expect to sign a contract later this week. Haven't told you guys about it, mainly because I'm done calling my shot and then it not coming true. So let's just say that there's a strong chance that this dumps into a contract later this week. But how do these people get to us? Real simple. I mean, we just show them an ad that literally says, excuse me, this thing will let me. That it literally says, dun, 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 where are you? Yeah. What does it cost to build an addition? What does it cost to build an ADU? Try our free estimator tool. This is a great way to add income to your property or make the most of your lot when you need more living space. And so then they click through. It's pretty cool. This thing will let me. Yeah. What the hell? Yeah. Anyway. Yeah. So. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. So anyway, they click through and it takes them to an estimator tool. I'm not going to show you guys my addition one that's actually working because I don't want you guys to bomb it, but because I have plenty of haters out there. But yeah, so yeah, this is our kitchen estimator, and yeah, they go through and they click a bunch of buttons. I'll take a 150 square foot kitchen just to show you modern full kitchen demo. A full kitchen, island pendants, 5 to under cabinet lighting, appliance rough in. We'll use hardwood floor. Let's go high quality everything, right? High quality cabinets, quartz, add an island, crown molding, backsplash. We'll just say all new drywall, paint the full room, high quality appliances. Yep, sure would. Lane at lane.com, 867-5309. Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, that was the low number. This is true. A full-fledged, full gut, high-end kitchen is absolutely going to run between 132 and 204. So then what happens is that generates all their selections get sent to them along with the price range, gets emailed to them, gets emailed to me. It gets added into my CRM, which is pretty sweet because what happens is the dumb system, which is absolutely incredible. The dumb system is programmed to follow up 3 times, like immediately with an email, and then an hour later with an email and a text, and 3 times a day in week 1, 2 times a day in week 2, 1 time a day in week 3, every other day in week 4, email and text. Why? Because 70% of phone calls get screened according to the FCC, yet 96% of text messages get read. Okay. So it's like, why are we wasting time, calling these people? Just send them a text. And why do it on our own when I can program a machine to do it for us? But anyway, when those leads come in off the calculator, they get dumped into this pipeline. And what's really, really crazy, guys, this is just absolutely insane. So we call it Dumb Laney and Smart Laney. So Dumb Laney has the pre-programmed follow-up. Okay. Smart Laney takes over once the homeowner responds to Dumb Laney's messaging and qualifies the customer and sets an appointment, right? Okay, so Laney took over. Like this person called and then shot like the receptionist at my colleague Thomas's company dropped the ball or fumbled an appointment, and Laney took over, right? And so she's like, "Oh yeah, sorry, I thought you were a random solicitor." And anyway, the bot literally takes over here. This is the wildest thing I've ever seen. Like, not a problem, Holly. I completely understand. Before you go, may I ask you a few questions to see if All American is a fit for you? Yes. Great. Can you please let me know the latest deadline you would like to see your project completed, cleaned up, and delivered to you? I don't have one yet. I understand, Holly. It's important to explore your options and gather information. May I ask if there is an event or need that is driving your decision? I had a baby and am outgrowing my house. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Weird. So anyway, and not weird, but what's weird is how the bot knows to say congratulations. And it's like it's understandable that you're considering adding on. Okay, before we provide firm numbers, would you be interested in us preparing a complimentary plan to prevent cost overruns? She's selling the appointment. The bot is selling the appointment, and it's powered by ChatGPT. I mean, this isn't that impressive. That's great to hear, Holly. We want to ensure that your remodeling project stays within blank. No, just me. Thank you for letting me know, Holly. Based on your responses, I believe it would be beneficial for you to schedule a call with our director of projects. And then boom, drops the link. Look at that. And that pulls directly to Thomas's calendar, right? For them to schedule a call with Thomas while this thing is thinking. And yeah, so that it's pretty cool stuff. Yeah. So that's what we have going on. Abdullah is wanting to have a little chat. Abdullah, it's really hard to communicate directly through YouTube. If you would, sir, go to Facebook and find Remodel Business Secrets. Join and shoot me a DM. I'm sure we could set something up for you. But yeah, so that's where we have it, guys. Like, there's not much else to it. I feel like I've burned another week getting ready to get ready. It's so freaking frustrating. But yeah, the one thing I do wish. Oh yeah. I also set up. I set up our phone receptionist. I have a very specific. So I'm using Jill's office. And Jill's office, if you guys will excuse me, I'm going to show you guys something in just a second. Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Yeah. 1 second. I have something for you guys to see. Boom. There it is. So I'll hit present. So guys, like one thing a common theme is all marketing works. The reason why marketing is, may not be working for you, if you're spending money and you're not getting business, I mean, first we need to take a look at your targeting. I don't think that's your problem. The second thing we need to look at is your offer. That could be the issue if you're not showing enough value. If you're positioned as an affordable contractor and you're trying to market to the affluent, that's not going to work. On the flip side, if you're positioned as a high-end contractor and you're trying to run handyman or like middle class contracting, that's not going to work. So once that's squared away, the only other reason why your marketing isn't working is because your follow-up on the leads is trash. I don't know I remember a study I read in the Harvard Business Review that takes something like 17 touches to know if a lead is not going to set an appointment with you. And yet Pro Remodeler did a study and it was like your average contractor only follows up like 4 times. That's a huge freaking gap. So, and it comes down to speed to lead and also the persistence in your follow-up. So it's really, really, really hard for me to code ChatGPT to sell an appointment. So what I did is I had to, rather than automate, I outsourced, right? So I have this acronym, SOAR, SOAR, right? That stands for stop, outsource, automate, or yeah, I forget what the R is. Oh yeah, recruit, as in hire somebody to do it for you. And it's SAOR, sour, whatever. It sounds better as sore. But the point is, yeah, when you have a bunch of stuff on your plate and it's too much and you're overwhelmed, the first thing you need to look at is, what can I just stop doing? That's step one. And then step two is, okay, now what left can I automate? Design, build, appointment setting. Yeah, I can automate that. Handyman appointment setting, because there's a sale involved, I can't automate that. I have to outsource. So that's why I hired Jill's office. And so the script goes something like this. Homeowner calls in. It's like, thank you for calling the gentleman handyman. How may we be of service? Oh, blah, 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 fix drywall, blah, blah, replace flooring, blah, 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 clean house. Like, okay, that'd be my pleasure to assist you. Would you please describe for me in a little more detail for what you would like completed? And then they go into more depth on their scope of work. It's like, okay, and by when would you like this work performed? It's another framework you're going to see, JTNBA. That's how I qualify leads. Job scope, timeline, need for the project, in other words, the emotional need, budget, and authority, right? And it's like, okay, my pleasure. So the next step to get you a quote will be to schedule a diagnostic assessment. Your gentleman handyman will arrive in a 2-hour window, survey the work site, and produce a line item quote for all labor and installation materials, and possibly a selections checklist of additional items we need you to select at zero markup. Ooh, zero markup sounds good. Like, when you authorize the quote, we will start work immediately. Looking at my calendar, I have, tomorrow at 9 or the day after at 9 available. May I ask which is more convenient? 2 things to note here, guys. Number one, I only do diagnostics at 9 a.m. and 2 p.m. It gives enough time so that if a 9 a.m. job goes long, within your 2-hour window, you can get started. It just means a longer day for the handyman, but he's getting paid piecework. So my guys are very happy to do that. And then the second piece to understand is always, always, always tie down the appointment before you try to overcome an objection and get the sale right there. Okay. So what we're doing is we're tying down the appointment, and they're like, okay, I'll take tomorrow at 9. It's like, okay, my pleasure. I notice I keep saying my pleasure. That's something I picked up from Chick-fil-A. Those people psychotically say my pleasure. Right. And I love the atmosphere among the employees. So my pleasure to schedule you for tomorrow at 9. Your gentleman is Peter, and he will reach out the morning of the diagnostic to confirm arrival. So the last step to lock in your diagnostic assessment is for us to collect a $69 diagnostic assessment deposit. This will credit to your quote when you authorize the quote. Will that be Visa or MasterCard? That is, this right here, guys, is called assuming the sale. Okay. So anyway, and notice, like, guys, is this a pretty classy way of saying, we charge for estimates? I think so. And we already tied him down on when to be here, or on when we're going to meet. So he's already emotionally committed to it. And now I'm telling you, hey, we have one more step. Will that be Visa or MasterCard? Guys, this script converts 70% of inbound leads into sold diagnostic deposits. And when you collect that diagnostic deposit, Phil's close rate from diagnostic to accepted quote is like 95%. Before we started doing this, he was getting like a 5% conversion, right? From lead to appointment. And he was getting maybe a 25% conversion from appointment to sold work. So this is a winning process right here. And this is not something I can train. I can train an AI language model to do. I mean, the FAQs for how to overcome, can you give me a price? Is the deposit refundable? What is your minimum charge? How much do you charge? Sure, we could change that, but so much of this is done over the phone and not text message. That's why I haven't even bothered training ChatGPT to do this yet. So anyway, got that going for us, which is pretty cool. Yeah, I don't know. What do you guys think? Hit me in the comments. Abdullah, come join the Remodel Commander Facebook group. Shoot me a DM. Happy to bring you on the channel and take an interview with you, man. You've been very persistent. Thank you. But yeah, so guys, again, that's where we're at. This is a really long live, 35 minutes. I feel like I've taken you from A to Z, how to take a lead and convert that into an appointment. Mainly, I'm kind of tap dancing here for time because there's nothing really to report inside the challenge other than we started recruiting a design business director, and we got our handyman website live, and we're gonna start marketing that very soon. Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, so guys, I'll see you next Sunday. I know tomorrow's a holiday, but if you have any questions, just hit me up, and see you next week.